morning. Happy Sunday, October 6th. I'm not going to do a public tarot reading today. I feel like doing it every week now is just too much. I'm not solely a tarot reader. I am a cosmic witch, and I am also a magician, a chaos magician, in fact. And I'd like to create content reflecting that. That said, I have tales to regale you with of my astral travels to the Underworld, if you'll listen. So I work with Lord Hermes and Lady Hecate. Both of them are deities that are associated with travel to and from the Underworld. Hermes, in particular, guides spirits to the Underworld, and Lady Hecate is said to guide Queen Persephone up and into and out of the Underworld every year in the fall and spring, respectively. So what I have to offer you today, it's going to read very differently depending on whether or not you believe in reincarnation and whether or not you believe in a soul. If you believe if you believe in the anatta hypothesis, which is that we're all just threads of information, that there's no central processing spark, so to speak, then you might find this a little bit troubling. If you believe, however, that we have like a single divine spark that kind of cycles elsewhere, this will probably be quite intuitive to you. But I've essentially taken 2 astral journeys to the Underworld. Now, in order to astrally travel, you have to relax yourself into such a state that you're able to feel like you're almost dreaming. Like you're the sensation is that you're outside of your body. There's no real consensus on whether there is like a central soul that can even leave your body in the first place. But the sensation is very much that it's an out-of-body experience. You feel like you're outside of your body and going to a different place. Basically, I triggered this intentionally by getting my body into a very relaxed state and then basically voluntarily creating the experience of leaving it. And then I traveled what it felt like downward into the Greek underworld, which on the astral plane, if you believe that to be separate from the mind, it is a particular area that people of the Greek religion can access if they get into this light trance state. So that's what I did. On my first journey there, my liminal god guardian and patron Hermes guided me to the Underworld, to a collection, a library of sorts, of basically the collected memories of those who had once been alive. So he basically pulled out a scroll, and then when he pulled out the tube from inside the scroll, there was sort of sparks of memories, information, knowledge that the scroll representing that person had. Unfortunately for that experience, I was quickly jolted awake by a sound in the neighborhood. So that I didn't really get to do any real work per se with that. I just kind of learned an interesting nugget. Now, if you believe that those different memories, thoughts, ideas, knowledge is all that a person is, then you'll find that very troubling, because basically what many people call the Akashic records is just all that ends up of being of that person once they're deceased. But if you believe in reincarnation, that stuff is just left behind and the soul is cleansed, and the person moves on without all the burdens of those memories and knowledge. The knowledge is collected, but the person itself moves on. For my second trip to the Underworld, it was Lady Hecate guiding me with her torches. She said that by the grace of Lady Persephone, I was permitted access to my ancestors. The way that she had me do this was through an obsidian mirror that was available in the Underworld. I could basically look into it, and I would meet an ancestor reflected in the surface. So I met two ancestors for that projection attempt. One of them I decided very much not to work with. He had disagreed very strongly with me politically in life, and he seemed to feel some sort of remorse for it in his state of bundled memories and such. But I felt like it wasn't a good fit. The other ancestor I met, though, very much seemed to be a good fit. So on future journeys to the Underworld, I'll definitely be working with him. So yeah, I'm kind of new to ancestral work, as you can probably tell. So I'm kind of figuring this out as I go. But I feel like astral travel is a unique way to get to know your ancestors and stuff. And it allows you to conjure all the needed protections and equipment, just sort of in that state. You don't have to literally have an obsidian black mirror in order to contact your ancestors. You can just find one in the astral plane and use it to access your ancestors that way. So if you want to get into this style of ancestral work, maybe consider commenting below and asking me questions. I'll try to answer to the best of my ability. Siete Benedetti, Magician out.